For today's Cyber CEO episode,
she's like totally taken control of her role, so much so that now when we meet, I just wait for her to tell me what to do. At this point, I consider her a friend. And that's what I love, is that it's not just that I know I can count on her to do everything that's on her list. It's that I can count on her to be honest with me. She's been such a great addition. She's the best accountability partner that I've had to date. I couldn't be happier. It was amazing.
welcome to Cyber CEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. Cyber CEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Okay, another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is 𝗙𝗹𝗹𝗶𝗹. We're back with another episode of Cyber CEO. And of course, we have a very special guest on the show right now. Sean, how are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much for asking and for dropping by. I know you're very busy. Now, to kick things off, to let you know, we have a lot of listeners who are also business owners just like you. So I need your help. Can you introduce yourself to our audience? Maybe starting off with, what's your role in the business, Sean?
So I'm 𝗙𝗃𝗋𝗋. I'm a realtor in the greater Philadelphia area, actually on a team. So I was solo for 8 years, and then I joined this massive team in our area, the Mike McCann team. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm just an agent.
All right. Now, how long have you been in the business? Is it 8 years too, or more than that?
So I got my license in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, both in 2013.
Okay.
So I've been selling for 9 years.
So 9 years, a lot of experience for you right there. Now, I'm curious, how about with virtual leverage? Is this your first time working with someone virtual?
It is. And I needed it a long time ago. And I didn't actually get my backer until February.
Of this year?
Right.
Okay. Now, before we dive into more details about your Cyberbacker, how did you find out about Cyberbacker, the company?
So it's really funny, and I'm sure Craig has no clue who I am, but I actually met Craig at a conference in Austin in 2019. I had like a special ticket to go into a mastermind group. I ended up going into the wrong one, actually, but it was Craig's. Oh. So some time in the 4 hours that we were in the room together, he mentioned Cyberbacker. So I wrote it down. I looked it up shortly thereafter, and I was like, that's got to be like my next piece that I add to my business. It took me a little while, but that's how I heard about it, and I never forgot about it.
All right. No, at least now you have your own Cyberbacker again, helping you with your business. Now, talking about leverage, since this is your first time working with someone virtual, was the transition hard? Because some of our clients would have difficulty, of course, because we're used to working with people that we can meet personally. Now, everything's going a bit virtual. So how was the transition for you?
So it was amazingly easy. I didn't know what to expect. I anticipated it being difficult and, adding a lot to my plate. And early on, it added, but it's very quickly, my backer took so much off of my plate that I have a ton more time to spend with clients.
There we go. Especially in real estate, it's really building the relationship that's very important to the business, right?
Right.
Yes. Now, before you got to work with your Cyberbacker, you went through the hiring process. So how was that experience for you there?
Again, so easy. And I'm not trying to sound like I'm selling Cyberbacker, but I interviewed another company that was going to find me an assistant, like an in-person assistant. And they added so much to my plate. And at the time, it was like early in the spring, which is very busy. And so I put that off. I told them, no, thank you. When I went to Cyberbacker and said, hey, listen, I really need help. They made it so easy and so fast. It was like a quick questionnaire about what I needed to add. Like what role I needed a Cyberbacker to help me with. It might have been 2 to 3 weeks by the time that I, filled out that paperwork, did my interview process, went back and had another interview with 2 of the people that they recommended. And then all of a sudden I had a Cyberbacker. So it was really quick, really easy. and I
Painless.
couldn't be happier. Yeah, totally painless. It was amazing.
All right, that's good to know. Now, more about your cyberbacker. Then, how did you know that she was the perfect fit for what you needed? Just going through that hiring process.
So the initial interview, I had 3 people that they set me up with. The first one would have been awesome for data entry, but like I knew talking with her that it just wasn't the right personality fit. The next person, so what I was looking for was data entry and CRM management, and then social media. The second person would have been great had this other person not been there.
Yeah,
he would have done an amazing job. I think his name was Sean as well. But then I interviewed 𝗙𝗯𝗶. She's a student. She has done social media management for another company in the past. And there was just something about talking with her where I knew that she was authentic. I knew that she was able to come in with her own ideas and sort of run with social media on her own. Data management and input is relatively easy. Anybody can figure that out. But what I needed was for somebody that had the ability to bring their own creativity to my social media. Because honestly, I'm horrible with social media. I repost way more than I should, so I needed somebody to take a hold of that and run with it. And so it took a second interview to confirm it, but talking with her, it was just, she was the perfect fit.
She was just the one right then and there.
Yep.
All right. Now, more about Michaela. You mentioned social media. What other things do you leverage off to her every day?
So she is tasked with an innovative Instagram post. She, her job is to respond to anybody that comments, and then handle everything through Facebook as well. So she's on my Facebook, my business page. So, but through that, I have people that friends that have, always followed me, and past clients, they'll take screenshots and send it to me and be like, is this really you? And of course it's not, because, it's creative and it's really pretty. She does that. She does it really well. She takes a lot of time to do it right.
There we go. So really on social media then. Now, more about the partnership that you have with your cyberbacker. Now, we already talked about the things on how she impacted your professional life. How about personally? Has she impacted your personal life?
And, it hasn't freed up enough time to say that now I get to spend more time with family and friends or my kids. But she and I, we do have a connection. So in a previous life, I was a chef. Her family is in the food business in the Philippines. So we do talk a lot about that. So personally, that's where I get the greatest benefit is, every time that we meet up on Zoom to talk about, her to-do list honestly, she gives me a to-do list as well every week. Wow. This is why she's amazing. She's totally taking control of her role, so much so that now when we meet, I just wait for her to tell me what to do. But anyway, before we get into all that, it's always, the normal friendly check-in. How's everything? And we talk about food and all this stuff. So the benefit has really been the relationship between me and her.
Okay, of course, because you really have to build that relationship, especially with your cyberbacker. You're working with this person almost every day of the week, right?
Right.
Yes.
I mean, now we're down to check-ins twice a week, but she sends me an email at the end of day every day. I'm always checking that. If she's asking for anything, I'm doing my very best to get it back to her before the next day. If she were on here, she would say that I'm not always great at that, but by the end of the week, she always gets what she asks for.
All right. Now, partnership that you have with your cyberbacker. How did you create such a successful virtual partnership? Because we have a lot of listeners who are business owners, as I mentioned earlier. So do you have any tips that you can share, Sean?
One was be patient in the beginning. Really describe everything that you're looking for. Cyberbacker provides all the training for your backer. So it was really she was already very good with social media and whatnot. But, she took 2 weeks to train on my social media. Then we use Follow Up Boss for our CRM. She got trained on Follow Up Boss. She also got trained on 𝗙𝗏𝗋 so that she can help out with some transaction management. So it's really setting everything up for success early on is what makes the whole thing really work well.
There we go. So probably when you mentioned that setting it up for success, probably proper communication, proper expectations too, right? Something like that.
Yeah, and setting aside the time to meet every day in the first 30 to 60 days for sure. If you can do it the first 90, that's even better. The thing that I needed most was to know that the person on the other side was genuine, honest, and totally forthright and that's why I picked her. I knew that she was going to always tell me what she thought about everything. And it's so important in any business relationship, but especially when everything's virtual.
True, especially when it's virtual, of course. Now, Sean, one last question. Now, since this is going to be on our social media pages, Kale is going to be able to listen to this once we have this online. So we would like to know, what do you like most about your Cyberbacker? What's the first thing that comes to mind?
Again, it's her honesty and her genuine personality. Like, at this point, I consider her a friend. And that's what I love, is that it's not just that I know I can count on her to do everything that's on her list. It's that I can count on her to be honest with me. I keep asking her to tell me if my hair looks okay and things like that. We're not there yet, but she's been such a great addition. I get to talk with her about my business, and she always just is a really good human on the other side of the computer screen, that I know I can rely on her. She's incredibly reliable, and she's the best accountability partner that I've had to date.
Now, we are very, very excited to see where this partnership grows to, of course, for the next couple of months. And again, Sean, thank you very much for dropping by. I had fun talking to you today.
Yeah, same here. Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity. If ever I can be of assistance again, let me know.
Of course, Sean, and you'll be back for sure.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of CyberCEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.